within Epic, when we're doing Shakespeare pieces about this like social political aspects, it's something that you don't expect with Shakespeare.
Right.
Like when you first see it, you think Romeo and Juliet, like anybody. And I feel like it's motivated me in a way that I want to keep doing work like this, creating devised pieces and creating work like this and keep indulging in Shakespeare. And it's just motivated me as a performer to just keep going. And like, okay, you've done this. Like, this is something that you never thought you would do. Okay, now what can you do next?
Kiara, how did you build the devised pieces, the next pieces?
Okay, so the next pieces, it's basically we all come together and we basically just kind of have like a rant session, for lack of a better term. It's like, you know what I really hate about America? And then it's like, yeah, I hate that too. It's like, why don't we do this? Like, why doesn't the government do this? Why don't the teachers do this? We should write a play. And that's big.
That's exactly what I do. How has this sense of history that you got maybe from Shakespeare, you got from this having a historical context for the work that you're doing, how has that helped empower you in this moment now? Can you
I
talk a bit
think,
about that?
yeah, I think nowadays it taught me that we honestly didn't change that much. Like, if we like, honestly, like, if we really sit back and we think about what we're arguing now, it's slightly different. Like, no, they might not be arguing about who has the new iPhone, but they were arguing about new technology and the people and whether or not people could go into places just like we are now, on who can go where, who could say what, when, and who's right and who's wrong. And they were doing the same thing back then. And I just think it was, what I learned is we haven't changed and we have to be the people for change, because we just assume that history change happens over time with no action. And I feel like we got to learn that we have to put in the action. So I learned that I have to put in action in order to get out results.